All right, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the first round of our roundtables, and what an amazing group of people are finalists. As is the case every year, in 2004, we recognize another amazing individual who we are honored to have speak today. Mike Shaikh is perhaps first and foremost regarded as a humanitarian, tireless volunteer, philanthropist, community leader, an exceptionally proud citizen and ambassador of Alberta and Canada. Mike currently serves as a board of director for 12 Financial Corp, Apex Tank Lines Limited, West Aspen Holdings Limited, and Vantage ONG Limited. He is the past chair of the Calgary Police Commission, as well as a former member of the Canadian Association of Police Boards and the Alberta Law Enforcement Response Team, where he was a driving force behind the National Strategy for Crime Prevention. His current nonprofit roles include director of the Alberta Children's Hospital, chair of the board of directors of Education Matters. He's on the Calgary Board of Education, serving member of the Advisory Council and Audit Committee for United Way Calgary, and donor to several other organizations. Mike continues to be a highly active and engaged citizen in both the business and broader non-for-profit communities. At the heart of his work is a deep commitment to doing what he personally can to help ensure Alberta continues to evolve as a prospering and caring society for all its people, including immigrants and the marginalized. Through this lens, his efforts continue to center on the focus areas of public safety, medical research, education, and foremost, mentorship. Mike, you are unleashing not only your potential, but you're an inspiration to all newcomers that have joined us today on how everyone is unleashing their economic, social, and civic potential. It is a pleasure for me to have you here today. So over to you, Mike, to pass on a few comments.
Thank you. Do I start my speech now?
You're live. Go ahead.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your kind introduction. And thank you for inviting me today. Really appreciate your invitation. I must say that I have seen firsthand the good work Calgary Immigrant Services does in Calgary, meeting the very needed services to our newcomers. I have visited their offices and I witnessed their work. Congratulations and kudos for your great work you do, Calgary Immigrant Services. And most importantly, congratulations to all the nominees tonight. You are all stars in my eyes. You are model citizens and you make us proud. I've been asked to talk about the beautiful country we live in. Also, I've been asked to talk about my personal journey and the opportunities that allowed me to succeed. I am both challenged and excited. My excitement is that I get to give back something, give back. My challenge is that the shortest speech usually I give on this topic is several hours long. Friends, kidding aside, I would like to first talk about, to my fellow Canadians, the beautiful country we live in, and the new Canadian, to all the new Canadians, how to go about achieving the Canadian dream. Hopefully this showing the slides. Hopefully slides are going through. Second, I will talk about my quest to achieve the Canadian dream. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, allow me to share with you the beautiful country we live in and what I meant about Canadian dream. Unlike the American dream, which always seems based on the opportunities to acquire more, I think the Canadian dream has always been focused on contributing more. Canada prides itself on being a secular society that embraces diversity, treasures tolerance, and respect for all religions. But a pluralistic society like Canada does not just happen. It needs to be built and reinforced each day with active contribution by every member of our society. Our former Prime Minister, Diefenbaker, once said, I quote, "I am a Canadian, a free Canadian, free to speak without fear, free to worship God my own way, free to stand for what I think is right, free to stand for what I think is right, and free to oppose what I believe is wrong. Free to choose who shall govern my country. This heritage of freedom I pledge to uphold myself and the mankind." End of quote. Friends, this is my country. This is my Canada. I'm a very proud Canadian where people come from all over the world to make our country the most thriving place to live. When I came to Canada, I felt that I had landed in heaven. When I became a Canadian citizen and officially joined the Canadian family, I felt this immense pride. Most of all, I felt that the people were very nice. It is a very clean, physical beauty, beautiful country, a healthy place to live, and with very little crime. And most importantly, the protection of human rights and property. Now, about my quest of Canadian dreams. To set the stage, I will give a brief background about myself. And sincerely, I dislike talking about myself, so I'll be very brief. I grew up in Pakistan. At age 11, I started working with my father in our tannery business. Trust me, it is a lot of dirty and smelly work. At age 14, I went to school at night and worked all day with my father. I finished my first year of a master's degree while fully engaged in our family business. So I had no friends, was not engaged in any sports, and had very few hobbies. Literally, I had no time. One day, I told my father that I wished to travel and see the world and ultimately get my chartered accountancy abroad. I always wanted to be a chartered accountant. So my father was not very happy to see me go. He told me that I will never come back. And I promised that I would. But my father was ultimately right. Returning never materialized. I traveled by road from Pakistan to England. At that time, I applied to become a chartered accountant in UK, USA, and Canada. Canada was the only country that accepted me, so here I am. I came to Canada and I completed my education as a chartered accountant. During the years of working with my father, I had learned the following principle, which I'm going to share with you, and they have served me very well. So these principles that I'm here to share with you, I will go slowly so that you can follow what my father meant. And I think these three key principles, which I'm going to talk about, this is how you go about pursuing Canadian dream. The first thing he talked about is learn, earn, and return. Learn, earn, and return. And of course, learn means you've got to go to school and you've got to learn, But really what he meant to say about is learning from your own success and mistakes. So when I came to Canada, I used to go to the library and I would read biographies of very famous people. Why? Just simply extracting ideas, finding new and critical ways of thinking. Earn. Of course, you need to earn income to bring food to the table, but what he meant is earning respect of others, earning the respect of others, earning the respect with personal actions and contributions. Remember that, earning the respect of other people by your personal actions and contributions. Return. Give back to the community you live in, regardless if it is your neighborhood, city, province, or country. It can also be community-based on your type of business, faith, or culture. Whether it is a small act or a big act, make sure it is a meaningful act. I'll give you a few ideas how I went about this. There is a power of writing down your goals and objectives and visiting them regularly. This is a very disciplined way of setting goals and ensuring that actions you take daily continue to align your goals with your aspirations. There was a Harvard study done where they asked their 3 years of graduates, all of their graduates, to write that down, that if they ever wrote their goals and objectives on an annual basis. And the people who replied yes, they were all CEO of large corporations. And the people who did not write down their goals and objectives, none of them were CEO of large corporations. 3% of the people who write down goals and objectives earn 10 times more money than 70% of the people put together. Next, never ever to rely on one source of income. Find ways to multi-source of income. Find many ways of making income so that you have not reliance on one source. Next, and this one is not a very popular topic, but I'm going to say that. And that's what my father taught me, is never to work for someone else. When it is your business, the sky is the limit. It provides you independence. And my secret is, the harder I worked, the luckier I got. Next, cultivate your friends. During my university days and articling days, I made a lot of friends. Those friends built my confidence and empowered me. There is a saying that you are the sum of your 5 closest friends. So choose them carefully. So dear friends, we all have Canadian dreams. Let's pursue the Canadian dreams together. Lastly, let me leave you with a few thoughts, the following thoughts. When God puts a dream in your heart, you know you are going to succeed. Every no or every setback means you're one step closer to yes. You're one step closer to success. Successful people identify their life core purpose and relentlessly follow that purpose to become the best representation of themselves that they can become. Folks, I wish you all the success in whatever your heart desires. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike. Calgary and Alberta is a better place because of your remarkable leadership. You learn, earn, and return. Thank you for reminding everyone to pursue the highest possible version of themselves. And I'll continue the dialogue with you and the leadership you're taking on the side, humble leadership you're taking to bring Calgary and Alberta to the global map.